I come to a conclusion is that everybody can't take counseling, especially this benevolent when you get to see who you are for real and all the mistakes, you know what I mean, all the low frequency things you do. Yeah, some people can't take this, command, and I can see why they want to lash out at you. You feel me? Because the ego is ain't nothing to play with. You hear me? For real, sincerely.
Individualization. Your self-importance is not important. Your self-importance and it being all about you and your truth and your journey becomes the artificial intelligence. And it becomes blatantly obvious. Why? Because it will always show a trinity split of what you think, what you say, and what you do will never be in alignment. And so as we walk through what we're walking through, remember those that are connected here, go to section 5 on our spiritual nutrition, Sonia. You start to see, yes, everything is love. And yes, you can change your wording and you can put masks and disguises on this. There is one, I'll give you an example, that has messaged me and she does not like me because I don't talk in gold and glitter and butterflies. And I understand at the soul level who and what she is. But they pretend to be pleasant and sincere and genuine with me. Right? And the only reason they even talk to me is because of who and what I'm connected to, and they're interested. They accept that genetic equal part of me, but they won't accept me. And that's the issue. The phoniness and the fakery and the fuckery that has created survival in both polarities. Yes, the higher frequency worlds are much more positive. But is that because of beautiful glittery words?
No, it's not because that. It's because there is a
talk louder, Marianne, so they can hear you, honey.
Yeah, no, it's not because that. It's because there is a genuine feeling coming from the heart. That's what I mean. I'm talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the polarity, but the higher frequencies is you really feel that you are in the heart. You, I mean,
so if you're genuinely in your heart, do you need golden butterfly and glittery words?
No.
No.
That actually become a detriment.
It becomes a detriment.
It's one thing. It's kind of. It's
like bypassing.
You start looking the difference. Start seeing the difference, when people come in with those kind of false pretense, or faking that they are happy, that they are blissful, that blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of funny because it starts bothering you. You start looking at them like something is not right.
With what?
When people
with yourself.
Yes, exactly.
With yourself. So in that, why would someone message me if they don't like you? Because humans live by pretense.
Yeah.
They want to look important. Me, I don't care.
Well, they also want your wisdom and they want you to make it easy for them. Because if you just tell them, then they don't have to put the work into it.
Exactly. But here nor there on that aspect of it. So in that, and it's why because I'm a parental guardian, more of the root aspect of you guys. of this universe. In that, that's why I encourage you guys to be genuine and authentic. You'll get to this frequency. You will. But the problem with humans and this mortal civilization is you want it instantly.
Mhm.
So you come on social media and you pretend to be all positive. You pretend to know what the hell you're talking about. You pretend. And why it's a stair step. And why you have so many that promote my truth, your truth, this, that, and the other. And in that, you create a roller coaster. It's like somebody who's a diabetic. Their sugar levels are not steady throughout the day. They sink really low and then they go really high until they can learn to maintain the sugar, alkaline, acidic balance within their vessel. Awakening in spirituality is exactly the same way. But what happens, because we like extremes, you know, you guys see it, you guys started seeing it on your TV programs. So I don't know what, 10, 15 years ago, all these things started coming about, the fear factor, and you had to face your fear and eat bugs and all of this stuff. They went to an extreme. The movie Survival, they put you out in the jungle and this, that, and the other in harsh, extreme conditions for survival. We started to go through that pendulum swing. And so on the journey, you go on a roller coaster because you resonate with the light world and you resonate with the dark world, but then you bounce back and forth, up and down. And why I encourage you guys just to walk through it, let it unfold. Learn to be yourself, because if you go from here and you get a huge download, now you know what the hell you're talking about, right? And you go on Facebook and you make an ass out of yourself, and I've done this. Or you go out in the world and you make an ass out of yourself. I've done this too. We all have.
Yep.
And never allow yourself to stay in that open space of discovery and letting it unfold. And it's all necessary. You know, let's take it back to myself. Let's put myself on a pedestal for a moment. So when we had the bioscan done the other day, the second dominant thing on my scan was that my pineal gland was too wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you mean your pineal gland is wide open?
Mm-hmm.
Is too wide open? Isn't that what everybody wants? And the doctor looked at me and he says, "You understand what your pineal gland is, right?" I said, "Yep." He's like, "I bet you can see a lot." Did he not, Elvira?
Yeah. Well, then you know.
And I said, "Oh, you have no idea what I can see." I said, "It's more problemsome than anything."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm sure it is." He's like, "You can see everything, can't you?" And I said, "Yes, I can." And I said, "I can see the entire mechanics of this reality." He's like, "I bet you can." And he also went on to say it's pretty hard. Did he not, Elvira?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've stated for many, many years, to be all-knowing, to become awake, is not the glory you guys think it is. You guys all want to be awake and aware and so-called enlightened and all-knowing. Step into my body and see through my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
see through my pineal gland and you will see being awake is the detriment, not the glory that everyone has promoted it to be. At least not in the wake that they promoted. Just because I can see everything, and trust me, I see things that I wish I didn't see. But when you become all-knowing with this thing wide open, all you see is distortion.
Wow. Wow.
Because you can see it. You have all information right in front of you where you can cognitively see and grasp it. And yet, it's what you all strive for. Because you strive for something, you will always take yourself out of this present moment where the only true, accurate information that you need is right in front of you. See me, I always have information. I can see every dimensional world, the mechanics of every density dimensional realm, and the light of every density dimensional realm. And it doesn't get you any friends, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks being wide awake is going to put you into a world of love and positivity and this and that. Let me tell you, you will be demonized even more. Why? Because you can see shit, one, that people can't see, not just in meditation, two, people with abandonment issues, which is 99.9% of the civilization. The second you start to get to know them too intimately, you automatically become the worst devil in the world. And they will demonize you, and they will run away and create a story that it was all you. Press Alpha, I bet I won't be. Press Alpha says, I bet when you see me, you're mortified and terrified, especially if you're only seeing my refractions and not the true light within me that is veiled heavily for a good reason. Exactly. And the only thing that's veiled, Press Alpha, that veil is called a skin suit. And if you guys are here, there's nothing that can terrify you, because the only thing that terrifies you is not the true light within, Press Alpha, like you have stated. The only thing that is terrifying, truly, is your skin suits, your mask.
I was just going to say, and I think people's biggest addiction.
I just want to piggyback onto what she said. First of all, I absolutely love this being. Wherever she is from, I understand everything she says on a spiritual level. Everything that she has gone through, I have gone through. Now, I can't see as far as she can. I can see the distortions here within this dimension, within this realm. I don't see multidimensionally. Even though I'm in touch with my multidimensional selves, I'm still working out this realm, because this is where my work is predominantly going to be done. This realm and 5D. So I can see the distortions that she speaks of, but I just wanted to piggyback off of what she mentioned, and to give a little bit of insight into why I made this video. I made this video because for years I have been a healer, I have been a mentor, I have been an ascension guide, and I help people walk through their darkness, identifying their shadow selves, wounds that need to be healed, bringing things to the surface so that it can be revealed to them and they can begin working on it, because these things serve as limiting beliefs and cellular memory that keeps us from living our best life. So it's important that we identify that darkness that we have within us. So as I walk with people through their healing, and it's a protocol that we go through, but what I've noticed is that as long as everything is light, and we have smooth words, and like she mentioned earlier in the video, You want golden glitter and all of that. And as long as that's going, the healing process is fine. But the minute that we begin to mirror back the distortion, mirror back the darkness that these souls have within them, it becomes a problem and we become the villain. Now, one of the reasons why I put some commentary up on the front was because that is how a lot of people feel. They lash out and they do it subtly. And the thing about it that always amazes me is that everybody, they will lash out, they will try to subtly slap back, because they feel attacked. They personally feel like you're attacking them. And so they come with these little digs. I love it. I sit back and I'm like, here they go. They come back with these little digs telling you about you. And, they subtly slapping back because they feel like, you violated them. They feel offended. But a lot of times that's the ego. And this is a high frequency being. And if she's here telling y'all that y'all are in error because it's a human condition, then trust and believe. We're not here doing anything wrong to humans. Humans have the devil in them, or the darkness, whatever you want to call it, the shadow self, the negative ego. And it is the negative ego that will lash out and attack anybody that's trying to give them the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. Anybody that's trying to help them move forward automatically becomes the villain. And that's one of the reasons why I have to, and I noticed that she said it in a couple of her videos too. We have to do this work in increments. We can't do this work and just continuously help, because something happens to us when all you're here to do is help people, right? You want to help. It's a passion that you have. You're driven by it because, number one, that's why you came here. And then you will help somebody get to a certain point, and you're helping them get up on their feet. And as soon as they're able to get up on their feet and they see something they don't like, they turn around and they stab you, or they slap you, or they do something detrimental to attack you. And all you did was help save a drowning patient, help save a drowning person. And you can get resentful. I'm not gonna lie when I say it. That's one of the reasons why I stopped helping so many people. And just like one of the young ladies mentioned down below, down above, she said a lot of these people, they don't really like you. They just know that you're attached to something that they want and that they need, and so they keep dealing with you and they attach themselves to you. But what y'all don't understand is, and I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to you. What y'all don't understand is we can see your intentions. And it always amazes me because there's this blind spot where people come smiling and they come with all of this love, but it's really not love. It's resentment, it's hate. We see it, we feel it. I pick up on frequencies. I know who don't like me, but I know who just want the information because they don't want to do the work. That's another reason why I pulled a lot of this stuff back. I pulled it back because I recognized what people were doing. I recognized that people just wanted me to do all the research, do all the meditating, do all the detoxing, get all the downloads, and then come in and give them the information. And my job is not to just give you all the answers to the test. My job is to show you how to do your own research, how to get your own downloads by doing your inner work. Your inner work is necessary. And people want to bypass that. Humans, they want to bypass the hard work. And then when the tests come, they're looking dumbfounded and wondering why they're not getting the benefits, why they're not reaping the manifestations, why they're not seeing these things in their reality. Well, because you didn't do the work. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep going over the same stuff over and over and over. You will sit in your lesson. You'll come back again in 3D and you'll continue to repeat the lessons until you master them. And there's nobody, not me, not another true leader or teacher, light leader, that's going to give you the answers. That is not what we're here for. We are here to show you where the exit is, show you what to do to master yourself, and then you have to put in the work. Other than that, you'll keep finding fault in the post. You'll keep getting offended and triggered by every little thing that you perceive to be an offense, because we serve as mirrors. So when we mirror back to you where your wounds are still raw, you need to take that information and go deal with it rather than trying to slap back with these little subtle digs, because trust and believe, we pick up on everything. And every time you do that, you're going to cause more of an issue for yourself, and it'll turn up in another lesson for you. All you're doing is extending your lesson time. And just like she said, we know when you're not in the heart. Because if you're not truly in the heart, you're in your ego. And if you're in your ego, then when you see those posts and they come back as offense, when you see those posts, it comes back as offensive. You feel personally attacked, and that's not our problem. Like I said, I'm never going to tiptoe around your ego. I don't have to. And you can be mad, and you can call me a villain, and you can go tell your friends that Monet did this and she don't do this no more, because I damn sure don't, because I'm not here to hold your hand through this process at all. I'm here to help you. This is self-development, self-realization, self-actualization. And if you declare me as your enemy and you make me your enemy, just let me know. Just let me know, because I'm never going to run from a fight. Although I'm not your enemy. It's your ego that's your enemy. Now, when you decide to slap back at him, when you decide to take your issues up with him, that's when you start turning your sails around and you start winning. But as long as you continue to slap box with me, you'll never win. Ever. And trust and believe, we have reinforcements that will come and sit you down and make sure that you learn your lesson, however long it takes. So, like I said, I just wanted to share this, because I feel all the little prickly. I feel it. Y'all staticky. I feel it. You coming from your ego. I feel it. You trying to attack with the little subtle digs because you feel some kind of way, but it don't change every day. Every day you wake up, as long as you don't deal with that negative ego, it's going to be right there hindering you from success, hindering you from the greater things, hindering you from true abundance, prosperity, love, joy, peace. It's on the other side of your negative ego. So the minute that you decide to put your weapons down and turn around and deal with your darkness, that's when you'll start winning. Other than that, it'll forever be, like she said, up and down. It'll be a roller coaster, up and down. You on a good note, you on a low note. You on a high note, you on a low note. That's what you're going to go through. So until you get even keel and you're able to balance, you'll be going in a perpetual cycle, around and around like the Ouroboros eating its tail, devouring yourself. You will never achieve greatness. You will not ascend, because that is the test to get up out of here. It's the test of the heart. The test of the heart. And as long as you're in the ego, you cannot be, as long as you're in the negative ego, you cannot be in the heart at the same time. That's a dichotomy. Peace, love, abundance, and blessings. Divine Naga.